I feel like I talk about this all the time, but I'm currently playing Super Mario Galaxy on Twitch TV live with viewers, and it made me realize that 1. Mario Galaxy is an amazingly good game, and 2. It features so many bosses. Like, I'm serious, I did not remember Mario Galaxy to have so many bosses. And since I am fighting all of those bosses over again replaying it, I feel like now is a good time for this top 10. Hey, I'm Nico, and here's my top 10 Super Mario Galaxy bosses. Let's start off this list with a basic fight that you'll experience 2 times in the entire game. The first fight occurs in the Space Junk Galaxy where you reach a flying airship. On this airship you will encounter Camela, a giant angry Magickoopa ready to defeat you. The key to her magic? Well, she uses the Power Star to get a more powerful magic wand. With that wand she will try to defeat you throwing shells and fireballs. The thing is, you cannot pick up the fireballs, so you want to avoid them at all times, but the shells you can easily pick up to defeat her. So grab a shell and throw it in her face a couple of times and you're good to go. The second time that you fight her in the Deep Dark Galaxy, it's pretty much the same formula, except on this occasion she will try to get other Magickoopas to help her. The fight is still pretty easy though, I mean, you throw a shell and that's about it. This next boss is pretty funny looking. Top Maniac is pretty easy to defeat, to be quite honest. At first it may seem powerful with its evil looking shape and the blades rotating all over it, but if you give it the good old Mario jump, then its defenses all go down and you just have to hit him in the electric fence surrounding the battle arena to defeat him. He's gonna try to get other little versions of himself to try to bounce you into the grid, but if you're just careful, then you'll be all good. Next up is one of the first bosses you'll encounter in the first galaxies in the game. King Caliente is an octopus that lives in lava and doesn't really like to be disturbed. When you reach his galaxy, he's gonna spit fireballs and coconuts to try to defeat you. Obviously you want to avoid the fireballs at all costs because they're gonna burn your little Mario butt, but the coconuts you can easily send back to him using a spin attack. King Caliente is a pretty good tennis player, so as you progress into the fight, he's gonna send back the coconut too, so it's a little back and forth tennis match to defeat him, which really reminds me of the Ganondorf boss fight in some Zelda games. He's not a difficult boss, but he's still pretty entertaining. Here's another boss that you'll meet in the first hour of your playthrough of this game. Dino Piranha is first met on a planet and he's stuck inside an egg. All you can see are his legs and his tail. He's not threatening at all. In fact, he looks like he's the one that actually needs saving here. Once you hit the ball on the end of his tail, it will bounce back and hit him, releasing him from his egg. But it looks like you shouldn't have done that because at this point he gets angry at you and tries to run you over. The strategy remains the same, hit the ball on the end of his tail and it will bounce back and hit him. Later in the game you'll meet him again, but this time he'll be on fire, literally. So obviously he's gonna be more dangerous. The ball on the end will switch between being on fire and being extinguished, so you'll have to time it right. Still, it's a super fun boss fight. There's the galaxy named Bonefin Galaxy that you discover at one point in the game, and it's literally just a boss fight. This boss is called King Fin. He's some sort of giant fishbone that wants to eat you alive. But then again, how the heck is he supposed to eat Mario if he's made out of bones? Anyways, to defeat this boss, you have to throw Koopa shells at him. This battle takes place underwater at all time, and it's pretty original to be quite honest. I mean, you're not in your element, you can't jump and stuff, so the key here is to swim with a Koopa shell to get more control, to aim your little light reticle, and then you 360 MLG 720p no scope this fish until it finally dies for real. This next boss fight is none other than Bowser Jr. himself. He had a really important role in Super Mario Sunshine, disguised as Shadow Mario all the time. But this time, there's no need to hide. Bowser Jr. is here to defeat you with many different machines and vehicles. For this fight, he's simply flying inside an airship. This airship is directly across the one Mario reaches, so obviously Bowser Jr. is shooting bullet bills at Mario to defeat him. The airship Mario stands on has Koopa walking from left to right, and thanks to them, we will be able to defeat Bowser Jr. So jump on a Koopa, grab his shell, and throw it directly at Bowser Jr. a couple of times to crash his airship and get the star. It's as simple as that. The next boss in this list lives in a quiet galaxy named Gold Leaf Galaxy. Once you reach the top of the world, you'll meet a funny looking mole inside a cannon that shoots bubbles. What? The underground runner will try to defeat you shooting bubbles at you, but to be honest, it's quite ineffective considering those bubbles don't even hurt you. The key to defeat him is to hit a switch, which will make the floor go up and allow you to jump on his head to ground pound the glass protecting him until it shatters and he dies. You can cheat your way to victory too by jumping on a little wall and then using a backflip and a spin jump to reach him. This makes the battle even easier. The second time you meet him though, it's a little bit harder because you have to use the Spring Mario power-up to reach him because of how high his tower is this time. It's still super easy and you'll defeat him in no time. This wouldn't be a great Super Mario boss list if we didn't talk about Bowser. Just like in Super Mario 64, you have to fight Bowser on 3 different occasions. This boss usually is pretty similar from time to time, but it always gets a little more difficult every time. The battle always takes place on a round planet where Bowser will spit fireballs, jump to try to create electric rings to avoid, or just plain try to ground pound you. But that's exactly what he needs to do. When Bowser tries to crush you, you got to stand on those blue circles. Doing so will cause him to ground pound into lava and hurt his butt. When he is running around trying to put the fire out, just spin dash attack him and you're good to go. Bowser Jr. has a lot of toys he can use to defeat Mario, but this next one has to be the most original, huge and expensive toy he ever got. So huge in fact that it's actually bigger than the planet it lives on. This giant mech is called Mega Leg, and to defeat him, you first have to get to the top by jumping on his foot and then climb up his leg. Once you arrive on top, you'll be greeted by many cannons shooting bullet bills. The thing is, you need those bullet bills in order to defeat him. The bullet bills he throws are following you once they get their eyes on you, so you can use that to your advantage and bring them to the protective barrier, destroying it and eventually destroying the Grand Star cage. Once you do that, well, he's pretty much dead and will explode and you'll get the Grand Star for yourself. Sweet! Mario games always have some more spooky theme levels, you know, the levels with ghosts, with unsettling music and stuff, but in Super Mario Galaxy they took the spookiness to another level. In the ghostly galaxy lives a being that is very evil and very dangerous. His name is none other than Geist, most definitely referring to the horror movie called Poltergeist. This thing is some sort of black cloud monster that uses rocks to form a body. Using those rocks, he'll try to attack you and crush you. He's also going to throw dark rocks. Those rocks, once destroyed, turn into a dark boo. Grab the dark boo and swing it in its face to finally break the rock shield he created for himself. This will reveal his true form, which doesn't look that scary anymore. Anyways, swing a dark boo to defeat him. The second time he comes back more powerful, this time using rocks to create hands that he will use to try to punch you. Use the same strategy and you're good to go. Hey, you don't want to miss anything and be sure to know when the next video is gonna come out? Well, follow me on Twitter, and if you want to be super cool and want to go the extra mile, subscribe to me on YouTube. Alright, bye!